Sorry for making fun of your name, Yebba. That wasn't cool of me.
It's Abby backwards. Her name's Abby Smith.
Okay. All right. I feel a little less bad now.
Yeah, it's so cool to make fun of people's chosen names, AC.
Fuck that. God. Okay. We are so back, baby. 15 minutes in, and Matt has got my ass. I'm so sorry. I am canceled. This is it. Signing off. I have been and will always will be AC Facci. Thanks so much. Have a great day, folks. Okay. Tell me about Yebba.
Hello, and welcome to Can't Let It Go. It's an audio PowerPoint party. My name is Matt, and I use he, him pronouns.
My name is AC. I use they, them pronouns. Hi.
Hi.
I missed you.
I've seen you a lot, actually.
I know. Literally, I ate Chili's with you in Manassas last weekend, but it's like I haven't seen you in forever.
AC and I went on an adventure to a used bookstore, and while we were there, we both independently decided we should eat at the Chili's.
Literally, Matt texted me to be like, do you want to go to this bookstore in Manassas? And I was like, maybe we could go to Chili's while we're there. And then we were in the car trying to decide where to get lunch, and Matt was like, what if we went to Chili's? And I was like, wow, you know what I was thinking? Let's eat Chili's. And then Matt found out that Chili's is famous because of TikTok, actually.
I did not know that they were having a TikTok moment at all.
Anyway, this is not important. Hi, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, we're back for season 4. I am very excited to be doing this, even if just to have a reason to talk to you when we record. Just programming note for folks. One of the reasons we haven't been recording is because we used to say this was a show about the things stuck in our heads, and the things stuck in our heads have been really shitty lately.
Yeah. It's a pretty tough time to be a trans person in America. I gotta say, I haven't been doing a lot of like talking about it publicly, but it is overall like not a good environment. And I don't think that that's like news to any of you who are listening, but it has meant that every time Matt and I have had a conversation where we've been like, oh, what would we talk about this week? And I'm like, well, the only thing that I can really think of that I haven't been able to stop thinking about is like whatever bad fucking news, we've been getting, and, the slow collapse of our democracy. And, that's not really the vibe that we try to bring to this show. I think I specifically said to you, Matt, I don't want to have a political commentary show.
Correct.
I mean, by nature of who we are and the things that we talk about, there's political commentary. Okay. Shh.
Yeah.
But like, shit sucks and the world is bad, and it is good to make art with your friends for fun.
Yes.
And I'm just really glad to be back in this space with you.
Yeah, we are back intentionally because we love doing this, and we love hanging out with each other and hanging out with y'all.
Yeah.
That said, we're moving the show to monthly for a bunch of reasons, for the reasons we just said. Also, just to make it manageable.
Yeah.
We do this because it's fun. We plug ourselves at the end, right? But like, I do this because I want to hang out with AC, and it's a good reason to hang out with AC.
It's true. And like, I think that like I said it in a kind of glib way a moment ago, but like, making art with your friends for fun is actually one of the number one ways that we survive anything bad, like in human history, just like as a condition of the human experience. And so I'm really happy to be back in this space making our little weird show. That is honestly just for us maybe, but also you if you like it too.
We got a weirdly large following on YouTube. I told you this recently. There's like a whole like crew of YouTube listeners that, hey, if you're out there and you're listening, happy to have you. Come over, hang out in the TWG Discord. Today, AC.
Oh boy.
I'm going to talk to you about the song Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know this song. I mean, I've heard you, in fact, sing this song and yell at me about this song a little bit before, but I cannot wait.
I have not told you the whole story.
No.
So we know the song. I'm just going to play a little bit of the original Simon and Garfunkel Bridge Over Troubled Water.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in.
Also, when I listened to this today for the first time in a long time, I realized it's probably been since I was a kid since I've listened to like the original song.
Oh, interesting. I went through a big Simon and Garfunkel phase in college, which I feel like isn't surprising if you know who I am and how much my dad loves Paul Simon. Anyway.
That sounds right.
And friends just can't be found like a bridge over troubled water.
The thing that I remembered about the song listening to it was just like how understated it is compared to all of the popular versions.
Yeah.
Like post Simon and Garfunkel, I mean.
Yeah.
I will lay me down.
It's like objectively a classic, right? It's like one of the best known songs, one of the most performed songs. I don't really have strong feelings about Simon or Garfunkel at all.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Frankly, my cultural association to the song Bridge Over Troubled Water. I'm going to share my screen and I think you might scream.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my God. No, Matthew.
This is Clay Aiken on American Idol.
Matthew.
Feeling small when tears are in your eyes. I will dry them all.
Oh, Matthew. Why would you do this to me?
I remember actually being
Yeah.
very bored by this song when it like aired on television. I mean, listen, I was a little gay kid in Oklahoma. Like, I watched every episode of American Idol.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, American Idol, an iconic show in its own right. This song, I mean, I think that like your point about the original recording of this, right, is well taken, but the reimagining of it as a gospel song, right, that happens there is like very powerful. Even as an understated song in the original track, there is no doubt that you can, I mean, I feel even just listening to it on my own, like that little knot in my chest of emotion with, you know, the wails of the song. And then you add a gospel choir, immediately moving.
I remember that I had a voice lesson like the week after this episode aired. And my voice teacher was like, did you see that performance on American Idol? We're going to work on specifically you not singing every note as a diphthong.
Oh.
Like,
okay, tell me what a diphthong is, though. Remind me, because I know the vocab word, but...
It's like when you meld two vowels together. So pop music does this a lot. So like A, right?
Yeah.
And you might do that really slowly into a note if you're like a really powerful singer or if you have a big voice, which I have a big voice. So it was really natural for me, especially as a kid who grew up like loving R&B music to
Whitney Houston.
like, yes. But even like 2000s R&B, I was like really deeply into, and like I had to be taught to sing classically when I was doing that kind of vocal training. And specifically, my voice teacher was like, here, right at the end. And I can't actually find the spot, but like, I don't know. Yeah. I remember this performance for a lot of reasons. I was not a Clay Aiken fan, though. I was a Ruben Studdard guy the whole way.
Matt, do you remember what the first concert I ever went to was? And now this is an interesting question, because if you remember, as part of my personal lore, my father is a professional like classical musician. And so what do you define as a concert is a question that my autistic ass loved to ask. Jesus
Right.
fucking Christ. Very hard to say things like that normally. Worse when I am sick, which I don't think I mentioned. The tiny chickens have come to roost in my face. You can hear it. I can hear it. I know it's happening. Thank you for your concern and well wishes. I'm doing okay now. So what's a concert? What qualifies when you ask the question of a person? What's the first concert you ever saw? What you're looking for is like, what's the first pop musician or like slightly famous musician you ever went to a venue to see?
Michael W. Smith. That was me, Michael W. Smith.
Yeah, mine is Clay Aiken.
I do remember this now. Why?
Which I'm not a Clay Aiken fan, Matt. I've never been a Clay Aiken fan. Strictly, it was that there was someone, ironically, related to my dad's job. So someone who my dad had a relationship with through his job, who was like a benefactor of where my dad worked. She was a very, very nice older woman. And it was in North Carolina, in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's where Clay Aiken is from. And she has tickets to go see Clay Aiken. She knows me. I'm like, what? We're like 11, 12 years old at this point, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I got tickets to this show. Does AC want to come with me to go see Clay Aiken at the Coliseum? And I was like, I mean, I guess. And that is how I saw Clay Aiken for my first like real big concert.
I would have been very jealous as a 12-year-old.
I mean, I remember being pretty good,
Yeah.
It was Clay Aiken. He's a good singer.
He's not a bad singer. He is kind of a boring performer, though, in my opinion.
We're not here to talk about Clay Aiken, though. Tell me more about Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Well, I have to talk about another artist first.
Perfect.
There's a lot of tangents in this episode.
Would it be an episode of Can't Let It Go without the tangents?
No.
I say no.
Have I yelled at you about Yebba yet?
Yebba Debba Do? No. I don't know. What are you saying?
Do you know who
to me?
Yebba is?
No.
Okay. So there's this video from, there's this group called So Far that does these like local concerts, and then like sometimes the people in them get famous. Yebba is one of these people.
Okay.
She did a performance in 2016 for So Far, who hosts these concerts.
Sorry for making fun of your name, Yebba. That wasn't cool of me.
It's Abby backwards. Her name's Abby Smith.
Okay. All right. I feel a little less bad now.
Yeah, it's so cool to make fun of people's chosen names, AC.
Fuck that. God. Okay. We are so back, baby. 15 minutes in, and Matt has got my ass. I'm so sorry. I am canceled. This is it. Signing off. I have been and always will be AC Facci. Thanks so much. Have a great day, folks. Okay. Tell me about Yebba.
Anyway, Yebba does this show, and I found this video during like lockdown, but it had a following. Okay. I might listen to this whole thing with you, but we won't put the whole thing in the episode.
That's fine.
This video fucks me up.
Say her name in your sleep. Your dirty secrets too far gone to keep. I'm about to lose my
Pause. That upward run, the first time I heard it, I lost my goddamn mind.
It's very good.
Like, if you're not a singer, doing runs down, not easy.
Sure.
Not even by a long shot. Doing runs up, so much harder.
Yeah, for sure.
So much harder.
And like requires so much like better breath control to be able to get to that final note at the top.
lose my mind.
know that like thing that people say about like country music where the guitar sounds like crying and like that's why you're into it?
Yeah.
That is 1,000,000% what her voice does to me in this song.
Yeah, I can see that. I also will say that when she really like started singing, I was like, wow, this sounds like music that Matt would really like.
Yes.
It's like very much like if I were to engineer music in a lab specifically for you, this is what it would sound like. That or I guess James Blake, but
yeah. I mean, James Blake's not far from this, to be fair.
No, it's very, very close. It's it's adjacent, especially like with the riffs and like those really like melodic little runs mixed in. It's very good.
Mm-hmm. We have to find this one specific run because it's important for the rest of the episode. So, okay, this is it.
About to lose my
stress to you how effortless she looks in this video. Like all of the energy that she's showing on stage is the emotion of this song about being cheated on. None of it is in her body, like in her throat. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like none of it is in her vocal cords. It is all, I mean, the emotion that you're showing on stage when you're singing is acting, frankly.
Sure.
But that's where it's going. And it's incredible. And this is what she does.
Yeah.
This is her whole shtick. It's why I fucking love Yebba. It's why I've watched every video of Yebba on the internet. This is Yebba in 2018 on Instagram singing Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Perfect.
When you're weary, feeling small, and tears are in your eyes, I will dry them on. I am by your side when times get tough.
So it gets cut off at like right after the climax.
Boo.
This video has, again, a cult following.
Yeah. I mean, understandably fucking so.
Yeah. For years, she would just post shit like this on Instagram. And like what she was doing in her career was like touring a little bit, playing these small shows, but like featuring on other people's music. And like that was the role that it's honestly still the role she's in. She's released music of her own, but like I think maybe the best singer in pop music right now does not have success in her own music. Like she has a measure of success, right? For sure.
Sure.
But like in terms of like mainstream popular success, it's not present.
Fascinating.
The way that you might have known of her is from her song on Drake's album called Yebba's Heartbreak. Drake doesn't feature on that song.
Yeah.
And as maybe the perfect Drake read, people often say it's the best song on the album.
Well, yeah.
I am originally introduced to Yebba through a video. Oh God, this might be the gayest episode we've ever done.
Wow, that's saying something. Wow, perfect. Say more.
I'm first introduced to this in 2021 from a TikTok by Ben Platt's brother, Henry Platt.
You're right. This is the gayest episode we've ever done. Henry Platt mentioned.
He has a series of videos that he started during lockdown. It's just called Bored Riffing. And he'll be like laying on a couch with a plain face, singing the gnarliest fucking riffs you've ever heard.
Perfect.
At like 10% volume, right? But like nailing the fuck out of it. So this one, he can't hide how excited he is. And so it's literally just him showing the My Mind clip and then doing the riff.
About to lose my
Here it comes.
This makes what I was going to say that much funnier, which was when you were playing the video just a moment ago, I was reminded, I was like, I should tell you that what you should do is go on Instagram or TikTok or whatever and find the audio and then just like lip sync along to you perfectly singing these riffs and just post that like the people who post like perfect lip syncs of other people's videos do, so that you like have no idea that it's not their video that you're watching. You should do that, but with this, I think it would work. I think
what AC is referencing is the fact that I was doing that while we were watching the My Mind
making
video
little
earlier.
faces and singing along, but very quietly. Anyway, you could do it perfectly. I think you do know every note, so.
I do know all the notes. So this is Yebba, and this is like step 2.
Okay.
Step 3. Do you know of a man named Jacob Collier?
I have to admit to you that for a minute, my brain said, yeah, he's that guy in Abbott Elementary. And then I immediately knew that that wasn't right. But I do know who he is, yes.
So Jacob Collier, this big fucking nerd.
Yes.
I say big. He's a small person, but he's a big nerd.
True.
He is... There's a lot of best musicians for Matt in this story, which is probably why it's so exciting.
Yes.
He is, I think... maybe one of the most talented musicians on the planet. He also makes some of the worst music, or the least listenable music.
Sorry, I'm just gotta take a second to take that in. Best musician, worst music. Just
Yes.
You can play the hell out of that thing, but I hate it.
He can play the hell out of anything. This man can play any fucking instrument you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Perfectly, and has abandoned Western 12-tone structures and even like semitone, like musical structures for like, we're talking, like he's just thinking in frequencies.
Okay.
And has like his own internal theory of how things work.
Okay.
Like you can watch videos of him like talking about how he thinks about modulations that are like an hour and a half long of him just being like, oh, of course it works like this. And then like playing this fucked up instrument he's created. And the way that like people know him is these videos that he would post of him like reharmonizing things. He did a series of videos that were strangely named called I Harm You, where he would take videos of people performing like or singing online and then like harmonize with them.
Sorry.
Yeah, the name is weird.
It's so weird. Okay, continue. I'm going to be stuck on that for a while. I don't have anything to say about it yet, though.
So I'm just going to play a little clip of his, like, don't you worry about a thing.
just to check up on you. You're the only one to see.
This is like in the era of, like, the videos of a bunch of faces doing synchronized harmony with themselves.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
Don't you worry about a thing.
You said this is 2018?
This is actually 2013, this recording.
Oh, 2013. Okay.
Side when you check it out.
Pause. He sings like that, and people make fun of it all the time.
Hundo lead.
I think he actually sounds pretty good. Not the best singer in the world, but
Sure.
so that little walk up, that little like almost modulation thing that he's doing there, like that's the shit he's doing all the time. He has songs that are like just that. Like we're like Eric Whitacre is confused by his music. You know what I mean? Like this kid is nuts in the way that he's harmonizing things. And this is how he gets famous. Like he just starts posting this shit and then...
Oh, this is the Corey Vidal area. How could I forget? era, like the 2013, like the harmonizing, Corey Vidal, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
The Star Wars guy who made, I was like, this, when you're talking about this and the sounds, it reminds me of something. And it's those Corey Vidal who made the videos where he was like doing a cappella John Williams songs, rewriting John Williams, like writing lyrics to John Williams music to be about the movies.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. So whenever you see Joni Mitchell or Brandy Carlisle and Brandy Carlisle on stage together, sometimes they perform with Annie Lennox. Like,
yes,
like
they do. They're all friends.
Yeah.
You think that you bringing up Henry Platt was the gayest thing to happen, but I could give you a full essay right now that I won't about why Brandy Carlisle, Annie Lennox, and Joni Mitchell all hang out, and why Chappell Roan, Elton John, all of these people are part of that equation, and how they hung out during the pandemic to make music together. Maggie Rogers is also part of that cohort of people, and it's one of her newest album came out of her spending time with that group of people. Anyway, you continue. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. And I just added it to the episodes list for the season. But also, like, Jacob's a part of that group of people these days.
Yeah.
They were on stage at the Grammys together with another person that we'll talk about here in a bit. Come like 2020, I think it was, maybe 2021, Jacob posts this video on TikTok.
When you're weary, feeling small, and tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I am by your side.
That is the first time that these two people become connected.
Yeah.
At least in like popular culture. I don't know if they know each other before this, but
sure.
That is actually the way that I hear this clip for the first time. Because I start watching Yebba stuff because of Henry Platt, and then TikTok serves me this video.
Okay.
And that is like where this story sits for 3 or 4 years. It's just this cool video he did one time among a bunch of other cool videos.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like, I could have been perfectly happy. Like, that's just some chill fucking music. Like, Yebba's now releasing music in the background. She releases My Mind to download. Like, I'm chill. I'm happy. I'm doing whatever. Then Bridge Over Troubled Water shows up on Jacob's 4th album, Jesse Volume 4. Might be notable that the original clip, if he's using the original clip, ends at the beginning of the song, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of song here. There's like 6 minutes of song. The thing I will say are that the people he gets to sing with him are John Legend and Tori Kelly.
Yeah. I've heard this version for sure.
Yeah, because I've played it for you. Guaranteed.
Well, yes. And also, like, I'm a person who lives in the world and pays attention to pop culture. And that was like a very big, like, cultural moment, it felt like, with John Legend.
Yeah.
When you're weary, feeling small, and tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I am by your side.
pausing because did you notice the end of it?
I heard it immediately. I was like, that's not the same singer. Immediately.
No. So here's the thing.
Oh,
it is the same singer. It's the ending of that sick riff from My Mind.
Oh. Okay, so what I heard was that it's not the same recording.
Yeah. In
right?
fact, it's tuned down, I think, half a step.
Fascinating.
He has this whole breakdown video of this song, and that is the part that I am shocked by. It switches, but if you don't know, or if you're like in it, you can kind of forget. But I will lay me down. Yeah. That thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the end of my mind. That thing.
Uh-huh.
The end of that section, she does this like, that thing.
Yeah.
She does that.
Yeah. Because the clip cuts.
Yeah, I immediately was like, oh, that's My Mind.
Oh.
Recently, we were thinking about doing episodes, and I was just kind of, I didn't know what we were going to do, and I was listening to the song because I listen to the song a lot, and I was like, oh, I know way too much about this fucking song.
That's so funny.
I remembered hearing the My Mind clip in it. I was like, okay, this is an episode.
I will say that listening to it like with intention in these last few moments, and I don't want you to take this as a read.
No.
But I like the way that Collier's like music and harmonizing layers, like the only thing that is making me think of right now is, in Disney classic movies, the like intro, like songs for like Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty, where it's like all of this, just like these cascading voices, like 40-part harmony, like super stacked. That is what it sounds like. That is what the memory is, that is triggering in my brain as I listen to this is just like that deep harmonizing happening at the beginning of Sleeping Beauty, where they're just like, oh, it's 40 bajillion versions.
Would it shock you to know that I love those?
No. That seems right. I like that. Yeah.
I like really enjoy those. We're going to keep listening. There's three people, like I said, that sing. We've got John Legend and we've got Tori Kelly coming up. I'm going to play the John Legend verse.
When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Yes, when darkness comes, and pain is
Yes. Good.
I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me
So that's
Much bigger diphthong on water in that version.
Yes. I mean, we're going, they're everywhere here.
Yeah.
John's incredible. It's not surprising that John Legend is a good singer.
I do like realizing that I can hear when John Legend's mouth is all the way open.
Yeah. I will say, John Legend and I have similar ranged voices.
Sure.
And this is one of the few like John Legend songs where I'm like, damn, that falsetto is real high. I can't get that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he also has the magic of editing on his side. I mean, I've heard he also has the falsetto live. I'm trying to hype
He
you up
also has
be...
the decades of experience as a live performer.
Yeah. Anyway, you can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, I could do it if I practice for sure. This The first time I heard it, I was floored.
It's remarkable. I don't know. Like, even if I think that, like, I would be shocked. Even if you're like, I'm not a John Legend fan. Okay, great. I get it. His music's not for you. I'm not a regular listener of John Legend. That's not what's in, my Discman. I don't know why that's what I needed to say in that moment.
It's not one of the 6 CDs you had to take out of the car you sold.
Shut up, Matt. I wasn't going to tell anybody about that. But yes, it was not Imogen Heap, The Clash, Modest Mouse, the soundtrack to the Royal Tenenbaums, or Vampire Weekend. I was like, I can't believe I forgot so hard what it was. The other one was, there were 2 Clash CDs in there, by the way. That was added up to 5. The 6th one, there were 2 Clash CDs. It's fine. Yeah, anyway, but I think that, like, you would be a fool to say John Legend can't sing, or like John Legend makes bad music. Like, that is not, this is very good. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the better singers that we've got right now. And I don't have much more to say about this because this is just a straight up John Legend performance.
Yeah.
He's the least showy of the bunch, but maybe, actually I can't, he's the least showy of the bunch. In this track.
Yeah.
Still an incredible performer, but, like, frankly, not the one I'm coming to this song for. Do I know every line or every note? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Have I sung it a million times? Absolutely. He's not the part I'm excited to listen to.
Okay.
The person I come to the song for is Tori Kelly.
Okay. That's surprising to me, but yeah, why not?
Do you know Tori Kelly? Do you listen? What's your Tori Kelly feelings?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, wow. I thought I wasn't going to have to explain this one.
Uh-oh.
Tori Kelly, maybe the first time anyone would have heard of her was her American Idol audition.
Oh, another American Idol.
She didn't go that far on that show, but she got famous on YouTube around the same time that, like, we were on YouTube hanging out, making music. She is friends with all of the YouTube musicians that you know. She and Julia Nunes have a lot of the same musician friends.
Okay.
But she got famous being the one who could do runs. I am going to try not to use a sports metaphor and let's go with, I'm not going to say call an audible. I'm just going to look this up. Here is her PYT cover, specifically the riff. In fact, I'm going to play you a portion of a video that's best audience reactions to Tori Kelly's PYT riff.
Perfect.
This is the original recording. Yeah, so that's, like, you could watch a million of these reaction videos.
Understood.
Yeah. She's incredible. Jacob says that she's the best singer alive.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. I think that is probably true. That's, like, I think you can make that case. In the same way that I said Jacob is one of the most talented musicians alive and makes bad music.
Yeah.
People accuse Tori Kelly of being all show. I don't get that. Like, one, to me, get philosophical for a bit, but for me, the show is the emotion sometimes. When I originally showed the video of Bridge Over Troubled Water and, like, posted it in a social setting, somebody said they didn't like it because they felt it ruined the original, which was already this, like, raw, very emotional song. And I get that. That's a thing that a lot of people feel sometimes.
Sure.
For me, the show is the point. The reason that I love R&B singers so much is because they put the emotion into the performance.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, saying that, like, I think that it is people listen to music for different reasons.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
that for sure, right? But to say that you you think that a singer is all show, right? Like what is all hat no horse? Is that what the
I don't know. All I had today was call an audible.
Yeah, he's all hat, you know what I mean?
I believe you. I believe
all
it.
hat no cattle. I said no, all hat no horse. And that's a really good AC-ism. All hat no horse. I did mean all hat no cattle.
I get that one.
Which is to say, like, all hat no cattle, like you're playing a big game, but there's nothing there,
Yeah.
right? And like I think that it can be true that the show is not for you,
Yeah.
but there's no doubt listening to her sing, there's a there,
Yeah.
right? Like that is raw, pure talent, skill, quite honestly, that is
Practice.
skill. That is, you cannot like Mariah Carey. You could say Mariah Carey is all show, and Mariah Carey can still hit those goddamn whistle tones like nobody else. And I'd like to see you try, you know?
Oh man.
So yeah.
I love Tori Kelly. We're gonna play the.
I can't believe I didn't know who she is. I feel a little embarrassed.
She's also
say.
gorgeous.
I'm really hoping Megan can't hear me right now, and that it will only be later that my partner is mad at me for not knowing who Tori Kelly is. Quite frankly, I'm very worried that the door may burst open at any moment, and I may be yelled at for not knowing who Tori Kelly is.
AC's partner was also a trained opera singer.
Correct.
We're going to listen to the back half. I'm going to melt a little bit while that happens.
Okay. When you wish upon a star, yeah.
Jacob Collier, Disney modulation.
Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind. Oh, the bridge over troubled water. I will lay down, maybe.
Damn.
Fuck.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. Also, we associate this kind of singing with high notes. Tori has range. And when I say range, I don't mean high notes. I mean, yeah. Like she is talented and knows and has trained her voice to be dynamic, to be expansive, and to be flexible, right? She's not only hitting highs and lows, she is hitting those like stair step runs, even like at weird fucking intervals, right? Just dead on. And the crazy thing, AC, they recorded this in an hour and she had never heard it before.
Whoa. That is crazy.
Literally.
That's crazy.
There is a video, and honestly, I think that you should watch this one.
Okay.
Oh, what note is that?
F sharp.
Love that. I'm like trying to match your tone.
I'm sailing right behind.
What is the lyric?
I'm sailing right behind.
He just like sings it to her.
Sailing,
Yeah.
Yeah, sailing right. Yeah.
Like, you need to add one more now.
Yeah.
I'm sailing.
Okay, go to 130.
Okay.
What other crazy notes are you doing after
Oh no,
that?
it gets way crazier than this.
He like can't sing as well.
Yeah. Think blues, like.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she gets it right the first time and then pretends she didn't.
But then it cuts short. It goes. Oh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
was it?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So
So
sloppy.
it finishes. Troubled water. Whoa.
Oh, that low.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
That's crazy to start that high. I love it.
Matthew, I would like to say sitting down.
Sitting down.
Sitting down. She is sitting down. Singing these crazy fucking riffs, sitting
Sitting
not
down.
even like sitting up straight, sitting down.
Yeah, like relaxed in
like
her chair.
body compressed, not full diaphragm expansion. Just
Yeah.
yeah, why not? That's crazy.
Try 3 minutes.
Oh, the most replayed section of the video?
Yes.
Maybe it's not as fast as yours.
Lay me down. Yeah.
Lay me down.
Yeah, great.
I love that he's just like, yeah, you got it the first time.
Lay me down.
And then another breath because it's going to keep going.
Down.
Yeah.
I will lay me down.
Maybe just get the end of that phrase. Lay me down. Lay me.
Lay me down.
Just
lay me.
that flat flip is
So.
This is so crazy. I don't record like this with anyone else. I love it so much. It like makes so much sense though.
Okay. So I could and have watched this video a million times.
yeah, that's crazy. That flat flip that she does when that is crazy.
Yeah. I cannot believe, like, I heard the song, shocked.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a day or two later, this video comes out and we learn that she just like winged it, sitting there, slouched over in a chair.
Learned it by ear.
Like the first time.
That's crazy.
Incredible musicians here. So you might be wondering why this is a song that features John Legend and Tori Kelly, but does not credit Yebba.
Okay.
In the Logic session breakdown that I mentioned earlier, Jacob says that he messaged Yebba and was like, it's like 3 or 4 days before his album comes out. And he's like, hey, I want to do this. 1, can I use the clip? 2, can I credit you? And he like sends her the like edit he's done with, My Mind and all that. And she's like, look, I don't have time. I don't want to credit because I haven't done any new singing here.
Huh.
And so fans like kind of get upset that she's not credited, but then it comes out that, Jacob says multiple times, like, yeah, she asked not to be.
Yeah.
Which, sure. If that's what you want to
Yeah.
do, Yebba. I think this song doesn't exist without Yebba. Or this recording doesn't exist without Yebba, I should say.
Like, especially not without, like, whatever version gets posted on Instagram in 2018 is clearly, like, that you're right to have set it up this way. There's a clear progression from that video to this song.
Yeah.
Whether he heard it in 2018 and then it just lived in the back of his mind until right then, or someone sent him the clip 2 weeks before, or whatever it was, right? It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. This naturally becomes a TikTok thing.
Yeah.
And here's just a video he posted of a bunch of compilations of people singing it.
Over troubled water.
That girl is eating a salad. It is basically all that I see on TikTok for like 3 weeks is these videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't spend a lot of time on TikTok anymore, but when I did, it was all musicians anyway. And there was no singer I followed that didn't try this challenge.
Yeah.
It was a good moment to be on TikTok.
I mean, understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very funny when you were first talking about Collier and I got the the time frame wrong for the first like video that you were playing for me. One of the things that I was thinking of was this just feels really like a Musical.ly moment, right? Which is the TikTok predecessor and like was really oriented towards people singing. And that's like just a small fraction of the reason why there is such a strong culture of singers on TikTok and of people doing their own versions and riffs and all of these kinds of things. But this song in particular, you know, I said this, it feels engineered in a lab just for you or whatever. Like it feels engineered in a lab to become this kind of viral moment.
Right.
And I guess maybe in a way, Jacob Collier did do that, did engineer it in a lab.
Yeah. And he's also really good at making things go viral, like extremely good at it.
Yeah.
Part of it is just being a massively talented person. I really want to go to one of his shows where he gets the crowds to sing.
Yeah.
It's no longer a shock anymore because singers go to his shows a lot.
Yeah.
But he basically controls the crowd and makes them, you know, into a choir, even though they're not a choir, with no music and just like in like 30 seconds.
Yeah. The Ben Folds experience.
Yeah. He created a plugin for like your digital audio workstations so that you can use his choirs that he's created at his concerts.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's really
That's cool
sick.
as fuck.
Yeah. The thing that I think everyone wondered was like, sure, we saw her learn the thing, but could she do it live?
Yeah.
And like, would Yebba be involved?
Yeah.
So the first video that comes out is at the Greek Theater, and Yebba's not there. Jacob does this intro that's all on his own with like a vocoder. We'll play part of that. So that's like the energy he's bringing to it. It's like a definitely like kind of stripped down beginning to the song. And it's just him on stage at first. And then he, of course, brings on John Legend.
I'll take your part. Oh, when dark darkness comes. In pain,
I think my favorite part about John Legend is that he is adding to it here. Like,
Yeah.
he's not just straight doing the recorded version, which I always enjoy. Then pretty quickly after, Tori comes on and fucking kills it. AC can't hear me, but I love seeing the fans react.
Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine.
He modulates her down so she can hit it later.
Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right troubled lay me down, lay me.
Stupid. I've listened to this song a bunch of times, but like that performance specifically really got me just now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very good. Also, and that's what standing up, like that's the difference that standing up makes, right?
Yeah.
Like she is hitting much higher notes. She is belting much longer. Like the like to our conversation a moment ago about like, it's for show. If it is for show, okay. But it is a really fucking good show.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn, that is crazy range. That is crazy runs. I mean, is very, very good.
Yep. the two of them release a version of it that's just her verse later. I don't like it that much. It's fine. It's a neat video. It's just not that interesting.
You know, I interestingly, I have developed a beef with this version over the course of us listening to this many versions. Feel a lot of beef that they do not actually do the last chorus of this correctly.
Yep.
Because I absolutely adore the I Will Ease Your Mind as the closing of this song. It's something that I've always loved about the song and like the progression of it. It's interesting.
Yeah. Like it's not the whole song.
To like leave it in a different place. Yeah.
It's definitely not the whole song. And it doesn't like, I maybe shaded Simon and Garfunkel a little bit earlier, but like the song is classic and special for a reason. And it does leave some of that out.
I mean, it's a Grammy-winning composition.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of Grammys.
Oh, is there a Grammys component here?
Yeah, they win a Grammy.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I won't play the whole video, but I'll link it in the show notes. Jacob and Tori go up on stage and accept a Grammy for this cover. And that's the end of the story. That's what I had to tell you today.
Okay. Okay. I have another question. Have you heard the Aretha Franklin version of this song?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it just hadn't come up in like the conversation and the progression. And if we're talking about like the gospel roots of this song, and we're talking about all of the best versions of these covers and what makes some of these runs so effective, when I have been thinking about and like digesting this information, it just keeps taking me back to hearing the Aretha Franklin cover of this song for the first time, and the way that really impacted me differently than this very folksy, soft, you know, to your point, understated version versus like the power of Aretha Franklin's voice behind this song gives you a very different experience and very different feeling.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get the Clay Aiken version, right? Without Aretha Franklin.
That is a direct.
Yeah.
That's a direct. I mean, it's almost to be said like Clay Aiken is covering Aretha Franklin, not Simon and Garfunkel there.
1,000,000%.
But Aretha Franklin was covering Simon and Garfunkel, so then you get the many, many layers of who was Elvis covering, I don't know, who was Willie Nelson covering, all of these icons have done their own versions of this song. Again, for a reason.
I think you know this about me, but I get really emotional about shared experiences, about like this idea that millions of people have been in the same moment or in the same place, right? Like this is why I cried this is so stupid. I cried outside the front of the Magic Kingdom during like the opening sequence when I was there with Elisa. Purely because I was like, millions of people have been here at this, like watching this exact thing.
I love you so much. At Magic Kingdom, I mean, I get it. It is an iconic place. It is an iconic, you know.
Yeah. I just like, I don't know what it is about like certain, like, I don't know.
Sometimes you feel God in this Chili's, you know? I mean, I think that, like, I, too, experience, like, similar, like, being, like, really moved to emotion by thinking about, like, the collective experience or, like, the ways that we, like, build, like, shared understanding. I don't know. Was there a tie-in to this song in particular about, like...
Just that, like... I even said, because I could still record while I had my mic muted for you, but like, the thing that gets me about that live performance video is all the people in the front row who are just like staring at Tori, like eyes glued to her. Right. There is nothing else in the world happening but Tori Kelly to these people, and like. I know exactly what they're feeling because I'm feeling it too, even though I am years away, thousands of miles away from these people. We are having a shared experience, and it goes all the way back through Aretha Franklin, through Clay Aiken, right? To Simon and Garfunkel and the people that like had a connection with that original song.
Sorry, that linking of artists really just sat in my brain for a second there.
But it also goes through me as a 12-year-old kid watching Clay Aiken on American Idol, right?
Yeah.
It's a connection to myself, you know, God, way too long ago for me to say.
Yeah. All of the versions of you that have ever been. I mean, I do think that this is something like about music, right? Like that you and I have definitely talked about before, and it's certainly not unique to say like the way that music transports you to different places, but also through time, right? Like thinking of all of the versions of yourself that you have been when you have listened to this song, thinking of all of the versions of yourself that you have been when you have watched these videos at 3 a.m. because you couldn't sleep and at 3 p.m. because you were like, oh man, I really want to watch that cool fucking thing again, right? Like the ways that the melodies that we care about, like keep us company through our lives is like really significant. And I think that, you know, I totally understand why this is one for you, right? And why this is an iconic song for so many. And I think that, you know, in particular, Tori Kelly's riffs here, I don't know, it takes it to a whole different place. I think the word that came to my mind when you were describing like the audience attention piece is like just like rapt attention, right? Like enraptured by her presence and by her song. And I, not even watching the video, like I was locked the fuck in and listening and not saying anything because like, what do I even say other than damn?
Yeah. I was saying, you couldn't hear, but I was like,
God dang.
stupid.
Yeah. Crazy. Stop that. Don't do that. Sounds like it might hurt your voice, but like actually also do more of that.
Yes, please. Thanks. That sounds good. It reminds me, do you remember that quote I think it was like the second episode we did about that book about fandom? And it was this quote that you read about screaming and about like collective effervescence. Do you remember this conversation?
Yes. I mean, in the way that you said that you are moved to emotion and you cry thinking about the experiences of like all of the people who have been in the place that you are.
Yes.
Collective effervescence, number one way to make me cry, which is what I think that we said in that episode too. I might pass out if I was present for any of them singing any of this song.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to a John Legend concert for any reason, but if I did and then he covered this, I would die from emotion leaking out of every pore.
I don't see myself intentionally like going to another place to see a Tori Kelly concert. If Tori Kelly comes to DC and performs at the Anthem, I might go. That's, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But were I to be in the room, absolutely, I would lose parts of myself.
When I looked up Tori Kelly earlier, I saw that she's touring in Europe right now. So on the flip, if we have to become political refugees in Europe, maybe we'll get to see her European tour.
Maybe so. I don't know that I trust Europe to not need me to be a political refugee either. That's not what we're talking about this season, AC.
That's not what we're talking about this season. Wow. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Sorry.
I think that's the episode. Thank you for letting me be really gay.
I think that's the episode, Matt. I think that we matched each other's gayness in that when you started talking about Brandi Carlile, you did not have to say anymore. I immediately knew. So we're here in this together.
I do love
follow
Brandi.
Ben Platt's brother on TikTok. I know everything about Brandi Carlile. It's fine.
I do follow Brandi Carlile on TikTok as well.
Well, yeah. Of course you do. Yeah. Everyone does. Everyone who's anyone does anyway.
Yeah. Because we're so gay, our website is can'tletitgo.gay.
Fuck.
I got him.
I haven't. Yeah, God. Okay. Yes. You can find us on the internet at can'tletitgo.gay because we are so gay.
Hey, if you want to listen to us on YouTube, we've got a YouTube channel. Just search Can't Let It Go. You'll find it.
Yeah.
You also find us on Blue Sky now at can'tletitgo.gay. We used to say Instagram, Threads, TikTok. We're not doing any of those anymore. Generally,
Nope.
Not doing Meta anymore. TikTok's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And AC and I could never make it work exactly. Occasionally, if it feels natural, we might post a short over on YouTube. So yeah, that's where we are now.
Yeah.
Blue Sky, come follow us.
Yeah. Over on the Bisky.
Yes. You can find me at matthorton.live. And AC, where can people find you?
You can find me at acfachi.com and acfachi.bisky.com.
I think it's .social, but yeah.
It is something. I'm never going to get it right. Just follow me. Just go to acfachi.com. It's on there.
Yeah.
It's on there.
I will say, if you like other TWG shows, that's our network, The Worst Garbage. One, you can go to theworstgarbage.online, but two, if you find me on Blue Sky, matt.bsky.social, I have a starter pack on there that is all of the TWG shows and hosts. So you can just follow that. I'll link it in the show notes as well. Come hang out with us in Discord. You can find that link to the Discord at theworstgarbage.online and can'tletitgo.gay. We've got a channel in there called Can't Let It Go. And now that we're back, it should be pretty active on the regular.
Yeah, we're fun. I don't know what else to say about the Discord except to our friends who are in the Discord, sorry that I sometimes forget that you exist, but I promise to be more active soon. And I love you all. Big kiss on the forehead. Okay, mwah.
We just got a new show on the network, NPC. It's Brendan Bigley, John Voorhees, and Federico Vitici talking about gaming handhelds. It is wild to me that I'm on a podcast network with Federico Vitici, a person that I've been listening to for a long time. One of the people that I follow who writes about Apple a lot and technology in general. It's really cool that they're on the network now.
Nice.
Shout out to the people that helped make the show. Scout made our art. You can pay her to make you something at ko-fi.com/humblegoat. And to my friend Ethan, who you can find at revolverocelot.bsky.social. Those links will be in the show notes if you don't want to spell these things.
Yeah, if you don't know how to spell ocelot, don't worry, we got you.
Yeah, we got you. If you want to financially support the show, you can do that at ko-fi.com/Matt Horton. We actually have a second episode of Can't Put It Down up on the feed. It's gay games with punk. We ripped off Video Game Potsimism's format and talked about a bunch of gay games. It was a blast. We got a couple more plans for that show too. That it's just coming out when we feel like it. I have a really funny one I want to do that I'll tell you about later.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.